Martin, thank you for joining us. How pleased have you been with the reaction from your players in the last couple of games since the last away match at Portsmouth?
Yeah, I think we've done okay against Orient. Not too bad, wasn't great. Could do better, for sure. I thought we played quite well at Portsmouth, to be honest. I don't think it deserved a 5-1 scoreline. Obviously the red card changed the game. But no, as we all know, they're an honest, hard-working group of lads. And taking into account Tuesday night's game, where a lot of other players played in our team as well, I wouldn't really put that down as a big game for the players. But there were some good performances in that game, and it was a good workout. It was a game some of our players needed.
Absolutely. You were able to rest a few players that got a lot of minutes in the early weeks of the season. How important was that and pleasing was that?
It was difficult, when the paying public, they're paying for tickets, and perhaps I don't pick what would probably be classed as our full team. I could understand how some supporters would be a bit fed up with that. I can understand that, and for that I do apologise. But I do have to think about the league more importantly than some of the other trophies. If we'd have won the penalty shootout at MK Dons, where we played a full team, without a shadow of a doubt, I'd have picked the full team to have played on Tuesday night. But we've got injuries. We've got players carrying injuries. We've got players sidelined for injuries. And I've got to be careful. We've got to be careful. So it's a tough one.
Doncaster made a good start and they're right up there with the early pace setters. What do you make of them and how impressed have you been by their start in League Two?
Well, they've got some very good players, very good experienced players. They'll definitely get promoted. We've shown that we shouldn't have any fear with any of these teams that we play against. They're good players, but we've also got good players. We've got good team spirit, we're well organised, we're fit, very strong, and yes, they are a good team. We lost 5-1 at Portsmouth and they won 2-1 there, so everyone would say, well, we'll get absolutely thrashed, but it doesn't quite work like that, football, and we'll give a very good account of ourselves, there's no doubt of that tomorrow.
Talk about the no fear aspect. How important is it when you go into places like Doncaster, a team that have been in the Championship until very recently, that you don't build this up as a group as being way above your station, as being a big game? It's any other game for you, right?
Well, the fact they've been in the Championship not so long ago doesn't bother me one little bit. We were in the conference not so long ago, finishing mid-table. So, we're all that history and all that rubbish, it's nothing to do with it. The fact they've got a fantastic stadium, passionate, big fan base, doesn't bother me, doesn't interest me. All that interests me is preparing, getting our players ready. And we've seen right the way through the season, we've had a lot of draws. Obviously we want to try and turn those into wins, but we're not far off of it. We're just a little bit off at the moment, where the draws have been good. Would they be better off with wins? Of course they would, and we'd be up in the top little group. Obviously that game in hand from Newport, where we was winning 1-0, at those points on with a game in hand, and things would be looking different. Going up there tomorrow, fantastic, isn't it? It's fantastic. A couple of years ago we were in a conference and they were in Division 1 and there were massive gaps. But now it's up to us to got to go out and express ourselves and play our way.
And finally, are there any other injuries ahead of the weekend?
Players that are out, Sean Batt's not fit, Curtis Weston's not fit, and Elliot Johnson's not fit.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Martin.
Okay.